Hey guys.
AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 3, the mid-season review of my AS Monaco save.
Alright, how to describe this season so far? Well, as you can see by this league table here, we currently sit in 10th position, and I really could not find a tactic that worked for this team. I think my downfall was playing attacking wingers. They never tracked back, and it always left us wide, well, basically left us wide open out in the wings, on the overlap and stuff like that. So I eventually downloaded a tactic. I'm not a fan of doing that, and I've only done it like one time before and used that same tactic before. But it's having no sliders. It really, I don't know. I just don't understand exactly how the tactics work on this year's game, and it's a lot less enjoyable making your tactic without the sliders as well. But let's get into fixtures, and then I'll get into the transfers I've made. Of course, you saw the Bordeaux game in the preseason episode, as I decided to do a live com. The form at the start of the season was really bad, really bad. We then versed Montpellier at home and drew that game at 0-0. So at this stage, I was still thinking that things were all right. You know, the tactic was kind of working, but I was so wrong about that. We had Toulouse up next at home, 3-1, a loss this time. Um, we got an own goal, so no one had even scored. No one scored for us in this game, but they did get 3 goals, and our ratings were pretty bad. Um, Rodriguez has pretty much been the only good player this season, and Falcao has only just started scoring in like the last month and a half, which was January and mid-December. So from mid-December he started scoring, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Marseille up next, another 3-1 loss, this time away from home. And again, an own goal scored, so players still not getting on the score sheet since that first game. And actually, Rodriguez scored all 3 goals in that one as well, so at this stage he was the only goal scorer. And it then continued with a 1-0 loss to Lorient at home. Coleman with 2 yellows and he got sent off. That was pretty disappointing. We then got romped by PSG 5-1, and our goal came from a Falcao penalty. Lucas Moura, Ibrahimovic, Borja own goal, Alex and Lavezzi on the score sheet for PSG. SC Bastia was up next, and another 1-0 loss at home. Pretty disappointing. Kazri, the what do you call him? 2011 wonder kid, getting the only goal in that game, despite Tululin getting man of the match. Stade de Reims, we actually picked up a victory in, what was it, 5 games, 6 games, our first victory since the start of the season, and that was a 3-1 victory. Charbonnet in the 89th minute for Reims, and Campos, Falcao, and Tululin for us. We then started losing again. First up was AS Saint-Etienne, 2-0 victory at home against us. Shox Monteb was up next, and they beat us. Seamus Coleman with another red card in this game, and everybody knows Sebastian Courtier from previous versions of the game. Lyon was up next, another 3-1 loss at home. It's either 1-0 or 3-1. Matinho getting on the score sheet for us, coming back from injury, and obviously we weren't good enough to beat Lyon at home. Then this is where I started searching for tactics, and found a tactic that I'm fairly pleased with. It's a 4-5-1 with a flat 5 in midfield, and it works quite nicely. But this was the last straw with me creating my own tactics. As you can see, Guingamp did score 5 goals against us. It was a Coupe de Ligue third round game. Fabinho, the right back we have on loan, getting our only goal in that one. So I got this new tactic in, put it straight on, and our first game was against Lille. 2-0 away victory, quite impressive. Abidal and Falcao getting our goals in that game. Evian was up next, 4-0 home victory. Hadn't seen that in the whole season really. even though we did get 2 own goals from them. Rodriguez and Falcao getting the other goals. Next up was a 4-3 away victory to FC Nantes. And as you can see, Kondogbia and a Falcao hat-trick, getting us the victory again. Stade Rennes is up next at home, 3-0 victory. Falcao with a brace this time within 2 minutes, and a Campos getting a goal in the 92nd minute. Nice was up next, 1-0 victory away from home. A Campos once again. Freddie Canute got injured. Everybody should know Freddie Canute. We then lost to AC Ajaccio at home, which was pretty disappointing considering their league position. Saint-Germain Diarra getting the only goal in that game for our feeder club. Then we had Guingamp again. Still couldn't beat them this time, but 1-1 draw away from home was a much better result. And Kazawa getting our goal in that one, sorry. Next up was Valenciennes. We actually lost this game 3-2, or 2-3, however you want to look at it. Kondogbia and Ocampos on the score sheet for us. They did get a player sent off in the 83rd minute, but we just could not capitalise on their 10 men. CA Bastia in the 9th round of the French Cup, and as you can see, we beat them 4-2. Falcao hat-trick with a pen, and Abidal also on the score sheet for us. Montpellier was up next, and we beat them 3-1 away from home. Toulon, Matinho, and Marino. I'll get into Marino when we get into the signings. He's quite a decent player. I'm playing him as a striker, and I'll show you the tactic as well, and how I'm actually using that striker. Using one of the newer positions in this tactic I downloaded. One of the newer positions for this year's game. We then played a friendly game against Vans OC, a national division side, which is the 3rd division. Then we went on to face Toulouse once again. 0-0 draw away from home, not a bad result, pretty boring game. As you can see, we played pretty poorly, they played well, so I guess we got a bit lucky there maybe. Lorient was up next in the Coupe de France 10th round, and we lost this game 1-0 away from home. Cavalier got sent off, but it was pretty late, and Jules Sonu getting their goal for them. And the final game I played was against Marseille, a 0-0 draw at home. Not the worst result in the world considering how decent Marseille are going this season. I'll show you the league table now. As you can see, PSG sit top. Surprisingly, Lorient is in second, 1 point behind with a game in hand. Only lost 3 games all season. Then you got Marseille, as I mentioned, in decent form as well. And then you have us down in 10th place. We were last, or second last, and the board actually gave me an ultimatum. And I think that was when I decided to change the tactic, because I didn't really want to get sacked in my first recording of Football Manager 2014. So yeah, changing things around. I might try and make a side tactic, base it off of what I've got. Maybe, I don't know, I might venture out a little bit, maybe a little bit more attacking. We'll see, I guess. But now let's get into the transfers. There was a little bit of activity in January, nothing too drastic. First up was Ikna, a German left back. Felt that we were a bit susceptible on the left side if Kazoa ever got injured. So I brought him in. He's not that good, but he's solid defensively, and he's decent mentally as well. So I brought him in, and at 31 years old, you know, he might be on a pretty high wage, but I needed the cover really. Then brought in Herman Stengel from Stabæk, the Norwegian. He's Norwegian. The Norwegian youngster, central midfielder that can play out of left mid, and he's pretty solid for a midfielder. At 18 years old, 15 determination as well. Should improve nicely. I think I sent him and this next signing, Lazaro, another young central midfielder. Again, decent flair, decent determination. Physicals is not bad. Passing needs a bit of work, but apart from that, he's pretty decent. 17 years old, you know, why not? got him for 675k, and Stengel was actually free. Um, Another player I signed from Red Bull Salzburg was Sadio Mane. The left winger is actually a really decent player at 21 years old for 3.6 mil. Absolute bargain, I believe. Obviously playing at left mid, and he's got like the pace and everything. I'll just show you I think it's attack actually. As you can see, like he's got all the key attributes. Maybe crossing and decision making not ideal, but 21. He's played 13 games for Senegal, so decent. And the final player I brought in was Giovanni Marino from Shenhua, the Chinese team. As you can see, he's not a natural striker, but I am training him there, and I do play with a false nine. And as you can see, pretty much outstanding for a false nine. Exactly what you need. Teamwork's a bit low, but who cares? He's only a backup to Falcao anyway, and he's a left footer. So yeah, can play in central mid is if he's needed as well. Could be a decent advanced playmaker. Um, Keep me on support. As you can see, like he can play in central mid as well if I need him to actually play there. And 230k, like that's pretty much a bargain in my eyes anyway. I did sell Raggi, the Italian central defender. He's not up to this squad standard. Sold him to Avellino. Then my two young central midfielders went on loan. Stengel went out to Zulte Wagram, and Lazaro to La Berrichone. And yeah, that was basically it. What else should I show you? We'll show you the league, and I'll go into some statistics and stuff. As you can see, no surprise, Ibrahimovic and Cavani, top goal scorers of the league. Ooh. And then highest ratings, you got Diawara for Marseille and Mendes as well. And AU down there as well. AU is causing me some problems. And finally you have Valbuena and Verratti quite high up on the assist charts. I mean, the expectation this season was to obviously get Europa League, which I do believe is top 5, I think. Yeah, top 5. Obviously top 6 depending on the Coupe de Ligue and Coupe de France winners. So top 5's, I wouldn't say it's out of the picture. We're only 10 points behind, and I believe now that I have this tactic, we could easily move up the ladder. Anyway, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this episode, and you'll tune in for the next episode, which will probably be... I think I'll do a end of season live com and do a roundup in the same episode. So hopefully you guys join me back against obviously Bordeaux, who we started the season with, and you guys will see. Oh, the tactic! I was going to show the tactic, and yeah, you guys can see how far we've progressed, and hopefully you can actually beat them without conceding this time. I'm kind of losing my voice because I did go to the Sydney Derby last night. Obviously watched the Wanderers take on my team, Sydney FC. Yeah, that's the tactics. As you can see, this is Darren's Untouchables, I believe. So props to him for making this tactic. It's really good. And I'm really, once I start buying some players that can actually fit the formation better, I think we'll do a lot better than we are currently. Obviously, Falcao's not really a false nine. But he can do a job there. Obviously his passing and creativity is quite low, but I mean he's Falcao after all. And that basically leaves us there. Leaves us at the end of the episode. Obviously props to Matinho, who's got injured twice this season. He's come in and done like a really good job. But he's going to have some competition on his hands next season, as I have. Done a Bosman deal for Manuel Fernandez, coming in from Besiktas, obviously, and he's another advanced playmaker that could really do a good job, I think. So yeah, there's going to be some competition for that starting role in the middle of my midfield, and will be interesting to see who actually wins that. Another mention would be Akinfeev. Started the season off so poorly, but he has found a bit of form recently. Obviously, his rating at the moment's piss poor, 6.62, but that should improve now that we've actually got this formation down pat. And yeah, that is about it, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to join me back in the end of season live com roundup episode, which will be episode 4, I believe. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, guys, leave a like rating if you enjoyed this episode, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with these episodes. Cheers, guys. Goodbye.